We got a little house in town. It's pretty old and half run down, but we try to keep it up so in our winter we don't freeze. The contractor we hired to insulate said it's required that we get the place rewired, and he knew a guy whose fees were quite reasonable because he could wire behind the walls, down from the attic to the crawl space without tearing up our home. When that guy came, he amazed me. Said in something like 10 days he'd have the whole damn house rewired, and his estimate was low. He was a narc-electric, took my simple life and wrecked it. Sweet Lord Jesus, please protect me from that sneaky, freaky geek. Yes, that narc-electric said he'd call the town inspectors unless I cut him a big check. Hell, that guy was narking in his sleep. So before you can say Jack Sprat, that skinny guy was in our attic. You know, the summer was quite hot. He was up there several days, breathing through a gas mask like each breath might be his last gasp, then caked with dust and sweat, climbed down his ladder just to say, well, I'm not quite sure what he said, because he was talking through that gas mask, but here's what it sounded like. More money, who will run you, bucks remove my estimated dues. And if you Google what I'm owed, I'll go bring up the code. Yes, I'll Google the city, I'll sue. Asbestos will snorkel in the wolf, probably gonna bring you what I'm owed. Wiring up the clothes. Then he worked outside the walls. He lit the kitchen like a mall with a huge fluorescent fixture that he screwed up overhead. Then he headed for the porch with his toolkit, and before I could stop him, he had wired it up. It looked like Abu Ghraib. He was a narc-electric, took my simple life and wrecked it. Sweet Lord Jesus, please protect me from that sneaky, freaky geek. Yeah, that narc-electric said he'd call the town inspectors unless I cut him a big check. Hell, that guy was narking in his sleep. That narc-electric gave me pause, so I commenced to cut my losses at the estimated cost, and I suggested he get out. But next thing I knew, that wardy fella had a stop work order posted on my front door and put a lien against my house. He hung around outside my home while calling me on his cell phone. Hell, I finally wound up paying just to make him go away. So if you see him, you'd best mark my word, that geek's a narc, not an electrician. So avoid him like the plague. He was a narc-electric, took my simple life and wrecked it. Sweet Lord Jesus, please protect me from my sneaky, geeky freak. Yes, that narc-electric said he'd call the town inspectors unless I cut him a big check. Hell, that guy was narking in his sleep. Who knows?